Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. First of all, let me apologize for the sound quality as I'm recording this without my microphone, as I am not in my mother's basement at the moment. I am with some friends, and I do not have all the luxuries of the basement with me currently. And I did want to record this on my computer rather than my phone because it's more of a visual. Um, well, I am visual. You should be trying to look through the lines at what's going on here. Um, before we get into the meat of things, we are looking at one of my YouTube videos. The last one, did Bitcoin bottom out? Um, but that's not important. What's important is sometimes, and you probably already know this, but maybe some people don't. I didn't know it for a while. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this video? Well, a lot of times the video quality, the video quality is poor, um, and sometimes it sounds like I'm drunk and or a real simpleton or something. And what you can do to fix those things is go to this little wheel right here. And it's in different spots depending on how you're viewing this. But you can increase the playback speed if you want me to sound more like a normal person. Do not put it on normal. Put it like on 1.25 or 1.5 even. And that'll help me sound like a normal person. As well, if the video quality is bad, here it just happens to be on 1080. But a lot of times it will default depending on maybe your like internet, the magic bubbles that are coming through the air. It'll default to one of these lower settings, and you can up it to 1080. I know some people have like 1440, or Zombie has like 2160. Is that right? Yeah, he's like super high quality. Anyway, so that's that. The next thing is, so everybody's been predicting a big pullback for Bitcoin, and I thought it would be coming this week. Around the 21st is what I've been saying, and it came a week early. Now, I had not been paying attention to the FOMC meetings because they really don't interest me anymore. But had I been doing so, I would have noticed that we have one tomorrow, or today and tomorrow, and our friend Jerome. I like Jerome Powell. He's a nice guy, and he will be speaking tomorrow. And had I realized this, probably would have moved that up back a week or so. But anyway, here we are. Um, and if you notice me not noticing something important like this, say, hey, go over here and where are they? Look, there's George right there. Um, Comment. You could add a comment right down here. Say, hey, uh, Mr. Triangle, or hey, guy, uh, or Mr. Guy, or hey, Triangle, whatever you want. Um, did you notice that we have an FOMC meeting next week? I'll go, dude, thanks, man. Totally spaced on that. All right, so we got that out of the way. Now, here's another thing we can talk about before getting into the meat of things. Look at this. You guys, come on, man. This is why we're having these. One of the reasons we're having these problems. The other reason is, I mean, it was coming due, but guys, don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, I'm working with some borrowed funds too, but my liquidation point isn't at 60,000 or whatever, just below whatever the price is. It's like way, way, way down, like 40,000. We got a long ways to go before I have to start worrying about that. However, the possibility of a wick, a very short-lived wick, kind of is scaring me, and I might, beef up my what do you call that, collateral? Beef up my collateral to lower that liquidation a little bit more, get it under 40. I feel a lot better there. Um, okay. Do we see? This is what everybody's doing. Let's refresh this. Bitcoin 12-hour liquidation chart. Oh, look! Oh, yay! We're coming back up. Since huh? Really? That's crazy. Anyway, you know what? I'm just waiting. After the FOMC meeting, I'm just waiting for us to bust a move and get Gareth Soloway and all these guys wrecked, man. I really am. And see if we go out on like a 3 day. I'm not really sure how these work, but go out on a 3 day. See, it should be more bright yellow up here. Yeah, get all these guys. Just suck up all that. Sucked up enough longs already. And that's one of the points I wanted to make is that the guys in charge have driven price down, 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 down to get all these liquidations here, all these liquidations, um, and wreck all the longs, and so they can suck up more Bitcoin because that's what they need to do. They're trying to get more. They're running out of Bitcoin. They need to get more, and they're going to wreck you guys and take it from you. And so that's what they're doing. But they got to play by the rules. So they've driven price down enough, I believe, that it's about time, or it will be time soon, for them to come back up and wreck all these guys and drive the price further up. And then all the longs will come back in behind down here and be really, really stupid and add lots of leverage down here. And then they'll be able to come back down and get all that. But it can only go down so much, and then they need to play with these guys up here, wreck them, and then come back down, wreck these guys, come back up, so on and so forth. So now, where obviously we didn't stop we haven't stopped yet. And let's just ignore this for now. We'll look at this later because I already have these charts kind of set up right here. And that's too bad that I do. I'm going to stop for a second and fix something. Okay, so before I get into where I think we possibly could be headed, let's take a look at where we are now and how we got here. So remember I was talking about these orange parallel channels, describing price action since the beginning of this year, 2024. Mid-January right here, we entered these channels and have traded uh, nicely right along inside them, stepping up to this one, stepping up to that one, and then just wicking out the bottom here. And I realized, hey, when we fell through the bottom here, I thought, oh, that's not good. Until I realized, hey, well, we came out a little bit here and here, so I drew this line parallel to that, and sure enough, that was a good theory for a minute. It's a good theory for a minute as we came right down to that line, Came right down to that line, and what did we do? We bounced off of it. So I thought, hey, man, good call. Good call. Until this happened. I thought, well, we're just going to test this line again, close that candle body right on there, wick below it a little bit. I'm like, good fake out, guys. And then, boom, we fell down here. Uh-oh. So that scenario's not working out. So let's should we turn those guys off or leave them on? Anyway, I want to turn the blue channel group on. Turn these guys on. And yeah, let's get rid of the orange ones. That would be these guys because they're the same as the pink channels on my other chart. So let's turn those guys off for now since they aren't working out for us. And I'm going to turn on the green channel group. Where is it? Here we go. And then we can get rid of those guys. And let us actually go to a weekly chart because we need to look at what the blue and the green channels are over the course of history. So, the blue channel group is easy because it just starts right here in October. September to November of 2022 is where we first started seeing an inkling of the formation of this channel, or so one would think. And you'll see why I say that in a minute. And then you have the green channel group, which really is a long-term trend line of Bitcoin's price action since about here in 2013, early 2013. We've traveled through it just like we did in the orange group since January of 2024. Very similarly, trading at each different level for a length of time. I could stack more on top here, but I think 3 is enough. You would see more price interaction with these separate portions here, but 3 is enough for now. And so that goes all the way back to there. Where does it go back to though? Oh, look at it. It goes all the way back to, and look, there's the blue channel interacting with price action once again. So let's zoom in here first for the green channel. Where does it go? Just about. There's the high here in June 11th comes right up about to the center line of that channel. Now, what's really interesting is that this blue channel here very clearly looks like it's acting as support here in January 2011, in April 2011, resistance here in January 2011, resistance here very clearly right to that line, which is amazing because this is going back 13 years. Support here on the bottom of the channel. And if this is on a weekly, mind you, if we broke it down into days and hours, you'd probably see a lot more interaction with those lines in that channel. Now we have 2 groups here. We have a lighter blue one, which is the larger of the 2, and a slightly darker blue one, which is the smaller of the 2, and they both have the same base. Anywho, so that is what those guys mean. And let's get back to modern day now. That is the significance of those channels. So here we are. What does that have anything to do with today? Let's go to a hourly. What the hell? Why not? Because after we fell out the bottom, after we fell through this yellow line, which is parallel to that other orange set of channels, I happened to notice, hey, look right here. We came right down to the center line of the light blue larger parallel channel and bounced. And I was getting all excited as a baby bull would. And thought, yeah, here we go. That was it. We bounced off the center line of the light blue parallel channel. We are coming right back up here, baby. Right back up to about 75K. But that's not what happened. And so I thought, well, looks like we could come up here and hold this line again. No, that's not happening either. So what have we done since? Actually, on an hourly time frame, we are closing candle bodies here on the center line of the light blue channel, which I didn't realize when I was setting all this up because we were down here. Looks like that's all getting bought up thus far, but all this was getting bought up too. All these were getting all bought up. Everybody, the whales are buying up, like George is telling you guys. Whales are buying everything up. The little shrimps and see, I'm no longer a shrimp. I'm a crab. The little shrimps and crabs and octopuses or fishes or whatever they are, they're getting scared and selling, and the whales are all buying up. Now this is the FOMC meeting at 18, or that's when Powell speaks at 18:30 tomorrow morning, and um, the rate decision comes out at 1800, which we're all assuming is just going to be nothing, right? Could you imagine if they raised rates? What would happen? Woo! That would throw everybody for a loop, wouldn't it? So, anyway, I am going to, for now, get rid of this line because it's in the way. We all know it's coming in a few hours. And I've replaced it with this X here anyway, which seems to be right in line with this. So what is this? This X is on the other center line, the center line of the smaller blue channel as a potential target. And then you have below that the center line, the green center line, which is the center line of this green parallel channel that we are currently in, with the bottom showing up here at the bottom of the screen. Here's the top right here at about 67. And so those are where I'm looking at possibilities this week. Now, why? Why do I think that? Well, we're pointed right there. I mean, that just makes sense. Now, that's the downside that I'm looking at. The upside is that we just bounce right here. It looks like thus far we are holding this. So do we hold it? Do we come up here and bounce a little bit more and then down? I don't know. So let's see if these make sense. And we're going to do so by analyzing something that I've looked at before. And let's get rid of this guy so we have more room here. Oh, crap. God damn it. I hit the thing. So originally, you might remember there was a white parallel channel that was steeper, slightly steeper than this green one, and I've just replaced it with this green one. So since shortly after these things launched, this is Fidelity Bitwise. I mean, Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund, which is the one I'm invested in, and as well as Bitwise, invested in both of them. Not BlackRock because they got enough people investing in them. And I like Fidelity and Bitwise because they both are crypto supporters, and Fidelity's been supporting crypto for a long time. So you can clearly see the interaction with the green channel with the price action here. But what I've realized for a long time is that eventually we just can't go up in that channel forever. Because you know what would happen if we went up in that channel forever? I'll show you here. In November of 2024, the price of this would be off the chart here. The price of this would be $1,600, and it's currently about $60. So that's like way too much. So it's clear that we're not going to stay in that channel. Now we will transition to these purple channels, I believe, and you'll see in a second when I zoom in where they come from. But now let's see what the price is in November 2024 this year. We stay there. See, you're getting up. If you're the lower portion of it, it's about maybe 250. The upper portion is as much as 350. 250 to 350. So that's about a 4 to 5x from here, which yeah, could be possible, but still, I think we might see that number in April, about a year from now. Not not as soon as November of this year. Close, but not that much, I don't think. But what do I know? Right? So I started the purple parallel channels back here with this price action here, and stacked other ones on top of them, and it seems to be working out. Holy moly! See how we traveled here in this purple channel, and then we came up into the next one, back down in here, and we came sideways in here. So we are kind of following that way, and we're following this way. However you want to look at it, potato, potato. Um, and here, clearly, we're no longer in the green parallel channel, which is good because if we stayed in there, we'd be like to $1 billion. Everybody would be billionaires, and therefore nobody would be a billionaire. So it is necessary that we come down here or over to the side. Now, so say we came back down to our base here, and we did so sometime this week. Let's take our little measuring guy here and go from today's close, this red line, or yesterday's close, depending on who and where and when you are. And let's just go over here a little bit. Let's just say by Friday. Well, you know what? Let's say let's just say tomorrow, we came all the way down to the bottom of this channel by tomorrow. Let me open this up a little bit to get a little bit more accurate. Tomorrow, I had this already, but then I touched it. 11% down. Here we have 9.68% down. Takes us to this red X from where we closed um, yesterday, today. Um, well, not where we closed, where the market closed, where Fidelity closed, right here. About 64.4, something like that. Um, so about 10% gets us right here to our red X. Now, so out of curiosity, how far down is that green one? So we came from here and we went down to the green one right here. That's about 13%. So somewhere between 10 and 13% kind of is similar to the 11% for Fidelity. Now, what does that do to the total three? About 12% is down to this red line here from where the US market closed today or yesterday. Which are all very reasonable expectations because you can see this line acting as support since late January. Yeah, just go back even more than that. What is that red line anyway? Why aren't you? Oh, because I'm already. Oh, I just started that red line there. Oh, actually, that's funny. That red line is it's merely our pole, our flag pole from this bull flag pattern. Interesting how we. I guess I could angle it upwards a little bit more. Regardless, so that's not a real line. Oh, but you know what? It's completely parallel to these green channels. That's why. Yeah, that's why it could act as something. Or possibly we come down to this blue line. It closed at 692. I remember that number. 692 in the US market. 15% more would take us down to this blue or this white line, roughly, which are also possibilities for total three. Let's get a. You know what? I don't want to go on a daily because on the daily you get these big wicks. Yeah, so see, that's our flag pull target that we took from here to there and from here to here, which we kind of met here. So it makes sense that we're doing a little pullback here. And, huh. I mean, we just had this pattern. Are we going to do another one? Extended? I mean, we just came out of this a couple weeks ago. So I think that, you know, after tomorrow's meeting, I think the bears and the guys that are trying to suck up all the coins and the exchanges trying to liquidate people, the market makers, whoever these guys are, I think they're just taking advantage of the FOMC meeting tomorrow to scare everybody and suck up as much as they can. I really, really do. Because we just had this pullback here. And 2 weeks later, we're having another one. Nah, I think we gotta. I think we gotta rally up a lot higher before we see some sort of a significant pullback. Maybe we come up even after the halving, come up a little bit higher. Here's 1 trillion right here, and that kind of, I'm getting a little bit more in depth than I need to right here, and my chart isn't big enough. My computer isn't big enough. So 1 trillion is like up here. There we are. 1 trillion. It's like right up here. It's like the top of this almost. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? So we're getting a little bit beyond ourselves there. Let's get back to Bitcoin. So, it looks like we're holding this level pretty well right now. We're on a 4-hour chart. Let's get rid of these guys, open this up a little bit. Yeah, looks like we're holding this really nicely here. And this closes in another hour. And so, possibly we start heading back upwards. Or we come down here or here tomorrow. We'll know more tomorrow after the FOMC meeting, I'm sure. If we're gonna explode back up, it'll be after the meeting tomorrow. And we might start already going up heading into the meeting. Oh, you know what we want to look at? We want to look at futures. All right, see, futures right now is only trading about 140 above spot. So they're not too bullish right now. A lot of times when we're going to be bullish, futures will start trading 300, 400. They'll start moving because they know what's going on. So we're not there yet. Although, you know what, it's been fluctuating lately because I don't think a lot of people know what's going on. And I saw it as much as 300 earlier. So it's back down to 140. Who knows? Anyway, when we do switch around, so the other scenarios, now if we did come down here, okay, that's another thing I wanted to point out. If we did come down right here, let's get rid of these guys because we don't need them anymore. If we did right there, do you see anything like over here that aligns with that? Like maybe this wick right here? Remember that wick? Remember this wick right here? Look at that. Look at that candle. That's a pretty significant candle right there. You don't see too many candles looking like that. That's a 4-hour candle. And that is at 58,000, almost 58,000 and a few bucks. And that is right there. So that's a good spot as far as I'm concerned. Now, if we go down further, are we really going to go below this right here? I mean, we held this. I mean, this. What did we trade here between? Roughly between 52.3 and Yeah, 51. So within $1,000 or $1,500 or so range for quite some time. Are we going to go below that? And if we do, or if that acts as support right there, where would that be? Would it be way out here at the base of this blue line? This the base of our blue parallel channels at 52, the first week of April, maybe. So I'm just trying to throw out all these possibilities for you guys and use the information you obtain here and from many other sources because I'm looking at parallel channels and triangles and such, and you need to combine a whole bunch of other information. Now, let's look also at this guy. So we're on a daily. First of all, let's look at our candle. Yeah, nice little whatever that is. Is that a spinning top? I don't know the names of these things. But if we just hold right here, which we may very well do, that's like I know what it is. It's an indecision candle. Um, and it is at the bottom of a downward trend, supposedly. So could could be a point of reversal here. Um, and we have reset here on the daily RSI after having a bearish divergence. And I know that we were forming bullish divergence here. Let's see. We have this low here, but you know what? Now this actually isn't a lower low. At the time, it was not a lower low, but now it is. So there is no bullish divergence. It's just really just a reset. But it's a nice reset, so we're ready. We're ready to start making another move upwards, as far as I'm concerned here. And possibly that would coincide with another significant move upwards into the halving where we could see a pullback in May. And that could be if we move up significantly, then we could see a significant downward move back to retest our all-time high, and that would be really really good. I'm liking this scenario here because what that would do. So I got a couple different angles from which I want to look at things here. First, I have the VRVIP, the visible range volume profile, here on the right. And if you notice, this upper portion is grayed out by default for some reason. And I remember Tyler wasn't sure how to fix that, and I played around with it. It's this value area volume number right here. Watch what happens when I increase this all the way back up to 100. Boop, boop, boop. Well, it'll do it in just a second here. There we go. Oh, there it is. It's all clear. Yay! So that's how you fix that. Now, looking at this here. First of all, there's another guy, and he's talking about stage 1 and stage 2 or whatever, all sorts of things, stage 3, and these little boxes that we make here. And we build stepping stones, one on top of another. And we're not building a stepping stone here. So that's a bunch of bullshit because when in doubt, zoom out. Always zoom out. You can clearly see this box here. I drew this on another chart, but don't have it currently. And then you can clearly see how we build another box here of support right here. And where is this box here? It's not much going on there in our current time. That's because it's not necessary. It's over here. We spent a lot of time over here in our double thing here, our double whammy here, and we built a nice little box right here, all the way up there and all the way here, and you can see it over here in the volume profile. Got our box down here, we got our box right here, we have this box right here, got plenty of support build up, and currently we have a box right here. Yeah, it's a big enough box right there, I believe, for now. And so what we've done just now, coming up to 73, and then back down to 60, whatever, we're filling in this area on our little chart here, our little rows, filling in this area right up here, which is great. Now, what I propose, we don't need to come back down. We don't need to come back down here. Maybe we can come back down to 52. Got a little hole there, but we got a little hole right here. We got a little hole down here. We don't really need to. You can skip over that part there. Um, but we could come down here. Who cares? I mean, I care. A lot of people care, but didn't mean to do that. We don't need to. We got this area built up here. We need to focus on building stuff up here. And that's what we're doing right now. Currently, we are right here at about 62. And when we come up here, we will add a little bit more in this area. The white line is our previous all-time high. And so I imagine, the rest of this week we'll spend some time in this area, filling up a little bit more. And then what I would propose at that point is that we do continue upwards. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Now we're going to lose a lot of this because we're not getting it from the previous time. But you can see that we're filling in this area here. That's nice. And we will get a little bit more in here as we continue upwards. And then what I propose is that we would then come up here to the top like this. And then back down, maybe to here, maybe retesting retesting the all-time high right here, the first week of May, possibly, where our light blue center line. Let's zoom in a little bit more. We don't need we don't need this anymore. Well, we'll leave it there though. After tomorrow, we continue on back up here. Maybe test this guy, come back up here. And no, I gotta zoom out more. Sorry. There we go. That's better. It was too tight. So come back on up here. Come back down here where we hit our center line of our blue channel again. Like we did here, like we did here, and like we did here. And that would be where our all-time high is. That is the first week of April. Come back, I don't know, come back somewhere. Head back upwards this way. Maybe just up to 73 again. Into the halving. Maybe come back down to the center line. Maybe come up here. Let's see, this would be May right here. What are you doing, May? You know what you're doing, May. You would sell in May and walk away or something like that. and everybody's going to be doing that. So probably in the stock market as well. So probably we see a little bit like this, back down here, coming back down, and oh, see, you know what? I misspoke right here. This pink line isn't our all-time high. The white line is. Did I say that already? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. I don't know if I misspoke or not. Okay, you know what? Let's turn those guys off. And get rid of the words. I don't remember what I said. Let me just go over it again. Yeah, I think I did misspoke. Coming back down here to 64. Maybe. No, that's crazy. Say we come back up here. It's like 76. Come back down. Retest our all-time high there. Come back up here. Come back down. I don't know. I imagine us traveling around in here like this. Like that, maybe. And then that, what would it do if we did that? Look at that. It would fill in nice, it would fill us in right here, all the way up to like 85,000. Give us a nice base of support, maybe up to 90,000 even. Give us a nice little base right there because we're going to need that in the next bear market. Possibly we wick back down to 90,000 from 200. Be about a 60% pullback. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Say we get up to like 225 in a year from now, and then see a 60% retracement. 132 would be about 90. Yeah, makes sense to me. Um, so let's get off of this brush. And let's click on these guys and erase them. So that's just kind of like, playing around with possibilities. It makes sense. But seriously, now, after looking at that, let's turn this guy off because the other guy I want to look at is our Gaussian channel. Here we are on the daily Gaussian channel. Now, what we do not want to do is touch that guy. We don't want to touch him, not right now. But we can avoid touching him even if we came down to here, just barely. And then came back up. Where would he be going? He'd be going like up here, like this. So eventually, what is going to happen sometime, like maybe around here, maybe in somewhere around here, we do touch this guy again. And once we touch him, this is what's going to happen probably. Maybe something like this. It's going to happen up here somewhere. So that makes sense. Right after the halving, when we get a little bit too pumpy, in the halving, this guy comes up here, and we come back down, get brought back down to earth before our bull market starts. Now this here in June, mid-June, you'd have July, September, October, November, 4 months for our halving. I mean, not for 4 months of a bull run, parabolic bull run, which is typical. With its many pullbacks like this, except for maybe a little bit more. Be crazy. Think this is crazy right now? Yeah. Some other people are saying I wasn't around in previous bull markets, but other people are saying, it's get a little bit crazier here. You gotta get ready for these pullbacks. Now, let's just look at the weekly Gaussian channel. I think we're really far away from the weekly. Yeah, I mean, so we shouldn't even come near that at all. Now we're free and clear of that until maybe out here somewhere. Wait, where would 25? But see, we're going to be doing our parabolic thing. This is not a parabolic channel. Parabolic would be taking us up this way. Now, it looks like we're going parabolic here, but I did do something, and let's see if they're showing up here on the weekly chart. Where's my lines? No, you know what? They're just on the daily, I guess. Squish everybody together, and we're going to go back in time a few cycles. Here's my line, my little arrow line here. Now, what I wanted to show you was that here's the parabolic run starting from here. Note the slope like this. This is the part of the market that we've been in. Well, this is back in 2015-16, and I've made this arrow perfectly parallel to that. This is the pre-parabolic run bull market. And so if we take our other arrow over here and we take it over to 2019, kind of got the same slope here before the parabolic run, which is much steeper. And if we take this over here to current day, that's perfect. We're trading in the pre-parabolic bull run slope. Perfect, just like that. So we come up here, come back down over here, and then do our bull run right there. All right, so I think I rambled on long enough. Oh, but we did not look. Did we look at the RSI? I think we did, yeah. Well, I mean, there's not really a lot to look at here. And let's see, let's look over here. What chart? Oh, we're on that chart. Let's look at this one. Let's go to where we're at right now. And we've got our other indicators. Well, oh, this is on a 1 hour. I was going to say, what the hell? Go to a daily here. But yeah, okay, so this is our stochastic and our stochastic RSI here. And, oh, he's turning back down. But anyway, he's at the bottom down here. He's ready to turn back up. He's ready to come back up tomorrow. Come back up here. And in the next week. What's this guy saying? Yeah, I don't know. I can't. You know what? I've rambled on long enough. Let's look at our RSI. It's kind of. This would be a nice place for it to turn around. And finally, let's take a look at our chart on the hourly. Oh, got a nice bounce off of here. So remember, we did look at this. We saw the two red wicks on the hourly right there, holding our candle bodies as support there. This one seems to be holding, but you know, we've seen this before. So let's just wait and see what happens here. I'd love to see it turn around right there. And if so, I would move this channel over here. And okay, note when I click on that channel down here at the bottom, you see Monday, the 11th of March, 000. Monday, the 18th of March, 000. When you draw these lines or channels or what have you, you want those for start and end points. Because then these will easily translate to hourly charts and weekly charts without switching around all over the place. The only thing that it doesn't work with is monthly charts. So monthly charts might be, you might see things move around a little bit. So that when I do move this over here, I want to move it so that these are back on Mondays like that. Oh, look at that. Ooh, it just happened to work out perfectly. Let's see. Where would be a good spot? It has to be at least over here. No, let's just leave it there for now. We can always move it again. Whoops. Wait. Go to 0. There we go. Just leave it about right there. So that channel is a nice steep kind of channel that we would move in. If that was our bottom here, this gives you a good idea of where we would be heading. Possibly Friday, we would be attempting another break above our all-time high, which would be nice. And then maybe move over sideways a couple of days or continue the rally on upwards. Who knows? Or continue downwards to this next blue line. And then we'd have to shift this guy over a little bit. Or possibly be even down here. Or, oh, I erased our green channel. I think the green channel was before that. Let's just see. Let's refresh our memory. Green channel. There he is. Yeah. Oh, so we didn't look at this. So the other ones, yeah, that was that right there. If we came down to the green channel, that's breaking through this support zone here. That might not be good unless we did it way out here. I don't remember if I did talk about that. Maybe I did. Oh, I do remember talking about the blue channel, maybe out here in the first week of April. I did say that. Same thing for the green channel. If we did come down here, it'd be like the first week of April, probably. And if we did come down here, it could possibly be tomorrow. All right, so that's long. I sure hope God you put this on 1.5 speed. All right, like, subscribe, and see you next time. And if there's something coming up that I'm forgetting about, make sure you leave a comment. And see you next time.